video, we will talk about Grok AI, which is an AI-powered tool developed by X, formerly Twitter. This is the home screen of Grok AI. You can log in using your credentials, and this is where you will land up. This is the screen where you can type in anything and start having conversations with Grok AI. Before we start exploring these tools, let's look at what are the customization options that we can see here. For that, I'll click on the profile at the top right corner and I'll click on settings. There is account. If I click on manage, I can edit the display name, the first and the last name. I can change the email ID. I can download all the account data, delete account. This is information about the current active session and other sessions. If your Grok account has been logged in at some other devices, you can change, reset the password from here. And this is multi-factor authentication that you can enable from here. And this will bring you back to Grok. You can check out the API console and the documents if you wish to use the API. Now, if I click on Grok here, I'll get back to this screen. So that is about managing the account. I can connect my X account to this and I can change the language from here. There are multiple languages that it supports. You can go and check that out. Appearance can either be light, dark, or system. And display your message in Markdown. Wrap long lines for code blocks by default, and show conversation previews in history. You can either enable or disable these options. Behavior, you can tweak a few settings from here. You can go through this to customize some of the features of Grok. Customizing Grok's response, whether it has to be concise, formal, or Socratic, or any custom instructions that you wish to give to Grok. And coming to data controls, sharing of data to improve their model, exporting the account data, deleting conversations, again deleting account, and what apps you can connect. You can connect your Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive and fetch documents from there and ask Grok questions based on the documents in your drives. Let me start with a basic prompt. Explain the impact of microplastics on human body. There are two models I can choose from, Grok 3 or the previous Grok 2. I'll go with Grok 3 because that is the latest model. I'll ask Grok this question. Now, based on the prompt, it will start giving information of what ingestion of microplastic, inhalation of plastic, skin contact, organ accumulation, reproductive and developmental concerns, immune system effects, and other considerations about the size, additives, exposure, dosage, and the current research gaps, current evidence, and recommendations. So it gives an idea of what I have asked it in a fairly detailed manner. If I want Grok to go into further details, I have deep search, advanced search and reasoning. Deeper search is extended search and more reasoning. So let me go with deep search first and let me give this prompt again. Explain the impact of microplastics on human body. This deep search feature is thinking. Now it will give you a step-by-step process of what it is trying to do before it starts giving out an answer. It has found out 10 sources from here. It is going into some research publications, some media. So this is a fairly detailed analysis. After doing all of that, it has given these key points. Introduction, how microplastics enter and affect the body, health risks, what we don't know yet, with the references and citations of everything. So it's more like a detailed report. Details and supporting evidence. Research gap and controversies are also there in it. So that's about deep research. What about deeper research? Let's see the difference. Again, explain the impact of microplastics on human body. So far, I don't see anything very different. Again, it has found out 10 sources, browsing results, evaluating health impacts. It's similar sources that I can see here, research publications, ANC, Harvard, National Geographic. So far, there's not much of a difference. So the previous deep search took us about 52 seconds searching 14 sources. Now this one is taking more time, which means it is trying to go deeper into the same sources. The sources that were used before are still the same, but now it is just giving more deeper insights by going into the depth of every source. Now I start seeing a difference where it is giving more detailed insights into who has found what through these researches. So that's what deeper search will do for you. After about 2.5 minutes and taking the help of more sources, it has given me a more detailed analysis of what microplastic or plastic pollution is all about. The structure of the report remains the same, but this has a little more detailed information. So if you want it to be more thorough, you can go for deeper research, or else you can go for just the regular deep research. Alternatively, if I also click on the research button here, I will have research written in the prompt automatically with deep search automatically switched on. Not deeper search, the first deep search. And now there are some prompts which are suggested here, or I can type in my own prompt. That's another way of switching on deep search. Now I want to explore this think feature. So I'm going to ask it a very different question based on what is the perspective of Grok and its opinion of how humans are creating something that is destroying themselves. That is plastics and microplastics. So I will switch on the think feature with the Grok 3 model and let's see what it does. You can read all of this thinking. You can go through what it is. So after 8 seconds, it has come up with its own perspective of what is its opinion. This is very personalized and it is very specific to what this model is trying to convey. This is not based on sources or data. This is opinionated. So you can pause this and read it. It's really a very different way of answering. I want to ask it some image-based questions. I'm going to upload an infographic which is about plastic pollution. Let me show this to you. Okay, these are a few facts about plastic pollution which are written in an infographic, and let me ask this a question of telling me what's there in the infographic. Reading attachments. Now it gives a summary of whatever is written along with the source. So this can be used to understand some complex data, complex infographic, or also as a means to convert text which is there in an image to text that you can copy. More of a text extraction tool is something that can also serve your purpose when you talk about uploading a file. Similarly, I can connect my Google Drive account. I'll just log in, give access to Grok, and now I can add files from Google Drive. So all my Google Drive files can be shown here, and I can add any one file. I'll select it and ask it to summarize this PDF. Reading attachments again, it has given a good summary report of what's there in the PDF. So this is how you can use Grok and upload files and have conversations around certain files. You can also ask follow-up questions on the same and go deeper into a report that you want to understand, anything that you wish to know more about. So AI becomes your assistant to give you all this information so that your learning curve is expedited. You can also generate images using Grok. They have their own image generation model. You can either click here and start typing a prompt of generate an image of a beautiful tree. Start generating this image. Now, I'm not sure if this is live generation or if it's just loading the image. Okay, now there are two images. Now, finally, if I click on any one of them, I can see it here. Now, you can also edit this image by clicking on a lot of factors here. If I want this to be in the form of watercolor, it will generate the same image by creating a prompt of its own. Transform this image into a vibrant watercolor painting. This is the same image in the painting form. So I click here and go in 15th century graffiti, Renaissance painting. So you can explore all of this to get specific style of images that you want to generate with Grok. This I feel is pretty unique and pretty quick as well. If I click and hold this button, I will see the original image. And if I release it, I will see this image. If I click here, it will regenerate. I can download it from here. And I can also copy a shareable link so that other people can visit this link and look at the image. I'll close this. And now I can also see the same things in the chat thread as well. This is how you can create images. Other way of doing that is by clicking here. So it will write draw by default. And now there are some cool suggestions that you can try. Let me go with the second one. So what I notice is the facial features are very good in Grok. So generally what happens is all these image generator models, even the premium ones, sometimes struggle a lot with body features like fingers or the face. But here, I think it is fairly accurate. The hands seem more realistic. Even this seems a bit more realistic, but the thumb is a little longer, but overall it seems pretty realistic. The facial features are really good. So I would say that Grok has a very solid image generation model, which is better than the model of a lot of other premium tools like Gemini or even Copilot. Well, let me explore this edit image feature better. I'll upload an image which I've downloaded from the internet, and I can convert this into watercolor, 15th century graffiti, or anything else, which I've already shown you. Let's look at what this background does. Let me select Tokyo. Now it has tried to blend in the image that I have uploaded and has added the city landscape of Tokyo as a background. If I show you the earlier image, this is how it looked, and this is how the current it looks. I can also try misty forest. This is the prompt that it has auto-generated. Place this in a misty forest with tall evergreen trees, soft fog, and dappled sunlight through branches. So this means the image that we have uploaded. So now it's the image that we uploaded plus Tokyo plus misty fog. So you can play around and you can find the exact kind of image that you want eventually. If I click on subject, let's say if there was a person here, I can give that person a stylish hat or a mustache, or different things that I can do here. Or I can also remove people if there are any. So you can explore this to play around and find the correct kind of image that you want. Apart from these three features of editing the image, you can also describe your own edit. So let me type make it rain and see what happens. This is the image that it is trying to edit, and now it has redirected me back to a chat thread view. And now in the edited image, it has made it rain, as you can see from these two images. Also, I have noticed that Grok always creates images in pairs of two. For example, when I asked it to place this in a misty forest, this was the image that was shown, and there was one more image here. That's what Grok usually does. Let me see what personas is all about. These are customized chats for you, where Grok will act as a particular character. If you click on latest news, it will create a prompt automatically and it will give you all the latest news. And go back on the home page, click on personas, click on companion. Now it will act as a companion here. It will automatically give me a prompt and it will give an answer. If I go back, click on unhinged comedian, it will be more like an unhinged comedian here. Similarly, loyal friend, it will start to give a response based on the personality of how a loyal friend may speak to you. Then this homework helper, can you help me with a homework question? And it has replied. Now, what it has shown me is one more query left for Grok 3, limit resets every 2 hours. So for free users who have not bought a premium, there is a limit to the number of queries and it would reset every 2 hours. Now we have just one more query left. So that's all about personas. You can also explore not a doctor, not a therapist, which actually means that it will talk to you like a doctor or a therapist. But since it also has to give you a disclaimer that don't treat it as a doctor and you should always seek medical professionals' advice and also a real life therapist's advice, it has given it a name of not being a doctor or not being a therapist. Now coming to Workspaces. Now what is Workspaces? Here you can add custom instructions and Grok will respond based on those instructions. So if I write here that I want Grok to be data driven or precise, I can write that down. Be data driven and precise. That's my workspace instruction. I'll save that. Here I can rename the workspace and I can remove that workspace. I can add attachments. I can upload files just like we did before. The recent files will be seen here, the image that you have generated and the PDFs that you have uploaded. Now these are the attachments. Let me for now add this attachment. And then you can start having conversations which will be reflected here. So you can add multiple files. And based on that repository of the custom sources, you can have multiple conversations in this workspace. That's how it works. Perplexity AI has a similar feature, which we have covered in that tutorial as well, which goes by the name of Spaces. And in Grok, it is Workspace. This is something that you can explore. And other things of the prompts, DeepSearch, DeeperSearch, think all of them remain the same. A few more things that you can try. If you click here, it will switch to a private incognito chat. It won't appear in your history, won't be used to train models. It can retain it for up to 30 days for safety purposes, but here you can be anonymous, more like Google's incognito mode. If you click here, you will see the history of all your chats that you've had with Grok. So that's how you can access any of your history. You can delete those chats from here. You can click here for a new tab, or you can rename the title of these chats. So that's what that's about. Coming to what is Super Grok. This is the premium that you can buy by either paying monthly or yearly. With the free Grok model, it only has Grok 3. The image model is Aurora. It has a context memory, limited access to thinking, deep search, and deeper research. And when it comes to Super Grok, it will still have the same models, which I really like. It will still give access to Grok 3 Aurora images, but the memory will be better. You will have more access to thinking, deep search, deeper search, and more number of queries for each one of them. But even if you're a free user, all you have to do is wait for 2 hours and the queries will be refreshed. The only premium feature which actually is different is having a better memory, 128 KB context window. And I'm not sure what's the context memory of the free model, but it's definitely lesser. And no matter how long you wait, you can't upgrade that. But other things, just have to wait for a couple of hours and you're good to use Grok with all the perks that Super Grok can offer. You can also go to yearly and you can click on subscribe if you want to buy Super Grok. But my suggestion would be waiting for 2 hours is much better unless you have very specific and intense use of this AI. Otherwise, even the free model does a great job. So my conclusion about Grok is other aspects of deep search, deeper search, think are really good. The response time is really good. And what stands out is the image generation model and the image editing feature. So that's about Grok. If you have any questions or any feedback about this video, feel free to use the comment section and stay tuned to Tools to Upskill to watch more videos about upcoming AI tools.